All right, welcome to another episode of our mastermind group, the School Blueprint. Now, tonight we have Tim Baker. He's the owner of a barber and cosmetology school in Chattanooga. Every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I always invite a special guest, a school owner, 9 times out of 10, to inspire you all, to motivate y'all, educate, empower, and enlighten. We have a lot of people out here that are barbers, stylists, and nail techs that are working in salons, working behind the chair, but they have goals, dreams, aspirations to do more, to make more money, to change their community, to start creating generational wealth. And they know that owning a school is a vehicle to that. So Tim, I want you to start off by telling us your childhood all the way up to you owning this school. So how did it start out?
Well, I started cutting hair like in middle school, man. I think I was like in the 7th grade, like 1991. I cut around. I was going to people's houses, man. They was coming to me. I was cutting on the patio, wherever I could cut it. I was just doing it for fun. Not even knowing at that time that I can make a little money off of it, man. So I think the 11th grade, in 1995, I got kicked out of high school. So my mom actually signed me up for Barber College at that time. And then right after that, I got in an alternative school. So I was actually able to get back in school by the time I was halfway done with barber school when I got back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So, second semester of the 12th grade, I was working in the barbershop, man. I was in barber college like 13 months.
Mm-hmm.
I worked in a barbershop for like 3 years at 𝗙𝗵𝗆 barbershop. I stayed there for 3 years. I left, had my own shop for like 4 years. And I went back to 𝗙𝗵𝗆s for 12 more years. And I opened up my school in 2015.
How was it working in the shop though?
What was it like in the shop?
Yeah, tell us about that experience.
Oh, it was real cool. I mean, at the time, I probably was the youngest barber in the city. So at that time, the barbershop I was working in at 𝗙𝗵𝗆s, I was the youngest guy in there. So 𝗙𝗵 may be 35 years older than me, man. So, all of his customers, they would let me get all their kids. So I built clientele off kids. At that time, I think haircuts were like $7 or $8 in the 90s, man. So I think the first 3 years, I may have made like $117,000 from the age 17 to 20. I made like $117,000.
It was a lot of money.
It was pretty cool. I mean, that was cool in the 90s. That was a lot. I did a lot. But I learned a lot as well by when I left and got my own shop. It was a lot that I guess I was still young. I was doing a lot of young things and, letting people hang around, and that wasn't cool at all. So I eventually went back to the shop I started at for 12 more years. But in like 02 or 03, the barber inspector at that time, he ran it by me then. He said, Tim, you need to open up a barber college. But, it didn't really dawn on me back then, man. I was still young.
Mm-hmm.
But the shop was pretty cool. I mean, I made good money.
When did it start dawning on you to open this school? Tell us about that experience before you opened and then when you opened.
Well, like I said, 02, 03, someone ran it by me. So it always was in my head since then. So someone else had opened up a school around here in like 09 or something. I don't know what happened, but it didn't last long at all. So we really missed a whole generation of barbers around here. So it always was in my mind. And like 2012 came around, I started thinking about it real hard, and I said, I'm just gonna go for it, man. And it took me like 3 years to get out the ground because I had to really use my own money. And really, I think that's right. I was calling school. I was just Googling Tennessee schools, and I think that's how I first met you. And I called the school you was at or something.
Uh-huh.
And we exchanged contacts then. And ever since then, I've been going at it hard.
Did you tell anybody you was gonna open a school?
I told a lot of people.
And what was their reaction?
A lot of people thought I was stupid. They said it may not work.
All right, now let's go, Tim.
All right. You were asking me, did people try to talk me out of it or anything?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, a couple of people. I mean, in Chattanooga, man, people don't really, I would say they don't really think outside the box, man. And I always had bigger dreams anyway. Like I said, I was doing good at the barbershop. I could have stayed at the barbershop and probably been okay. I mean, but I always had bigger dreams, and I just wanted more, man.
So when you decided to open a school, did you get in your car and start driving around looking for buildings or what?
Yeah, I missed out on a couple of buildings. And I actually started out right next to a Dollar Tree. I was over here about a Walmart for like 2 years, and we was kind of like in a hole, like, and I was actually I got a bigger building now for the same price I was paying for about a Walmart. But the building I'm at now, it's okay. It could be better, but it's okay. I mean, we can make something happen where we at. But going back to what you were saying about multiple buildings, I seen a couple of buildings I missed out on, man, that I could have got. But like I said, where we at, it's okay.
How did you miss out on them? What did you do or not do?
Well, when I opened up my school, it was not one instructor in my city at all.
Well, who's the instructor?
We just didn't have any. I ended up having to go get my instructor license. So I didn't want to sign a lease until I got my instructor license. So I knew for sure that I was going to be going forward with what I was trying to do. And I knew I couldn't move forward without an instructor. So actually one building I seen, it used to be a school. And man, all I would have had to do is put some chairs in there because it was already set up. Shampoo bowls still on the wall, mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
It was just set up all the way around the board, man. And it had like 50 or 60 stations in there. So if I could have got that would have been a good start. But I missed out on that because they said I was waiting too long to come sign a lease. But this building had been sitting there 10 years, man. That's why I didn't think nobody was going to get it. But you know how that go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
and then another building I was going to get, it probably would have been a better start off because I told them, let me get like 3 months free in advance, and the rent would have just actually topped out at like $1,500. So somebody beat me to that. They end up putting a clothing store right there. I don't know why he wanted to put a clothing store in a school, but it was set up as well.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be a school a while ago.
So it was not one barber instructor in Chattanooga, in your city?
Not when I first opened, it wasn't. But now we have, since I opened the local community college, they added barbering to their program.
Mm-hmm.
So they got I think they got a couple of instructors over there, but when they done that, that just let me know I was on or something.
Now, tell us when you opened, like that, when you first opened, how was that?
It was a learning experience, man, because I guess I always put it, when people ask me how the school going, I say it's something like a daycare. Because, you know, it's like you got to deal with different attitudes, man. And but it was okay because, you know, in a barbershop, I always learn how to deal with people anyway. So,
What?
It was okay. I think I'm getting stronger every day as I go. I'm like in the 5th year now, so it's getting better every day.
What would you say is the difference of you being a school owner versus working in the shop?
When I was in a barbershop, no matter what, my name wasn't coming up as much. It was like, I think some people think barbers don't even make money. For some reason, I don't know, but I mean, I think everybody in the shop I was working in, it was making money. But now that I have a school, I think everybody expects more from you. If that makes any sense. But I mean, I try to be the same person, man. But it's different. It's a little different. I'll tell you that.
How do people treat you? How did people start treating you when you became a school owner?
I would say I wouldn't say they treated me no different, because I mean I don't really go around people too much anymore. I kind of, you know, I'm a loner now, man. So I would just say my name was coming up more. I heard, you know, multiple things about myself. But, you know, that's just how people is, man. They're going to bring your name up anyway.
And when did you
trying to make something happen?
Right. And when did you start thinking about going through accreditation with NACAs? Because a lot of people out here, their goal or dream is to go through NACAs, become accredited, get the grants, and live happily ever after, change a lot of lives, make a lot of money. Tell us about that process.
Well, at first it was kind of Spanish to me. And I think I seen you on Instagram or something. You said something about it. And I said, let me call Chin and see what's going on with this stuff. And we started rolling from there. But you just broke it down to me even more. Because information, man, people ain't giving out information, man. You know, it's very hard to get, especially where I'm from. But back to your question, I think it was 2018. I went to the 𝗪𝗏 seminar in Vegas, and
how was that? Tell us about that experience.
It was pretty dope, man. I actually met a lot of people like that's on the same page, and I didn't realize that until I got to the seminar. And I was like, wow, okay. You know, like I said, I met a guy from San Diego, some people from Indiana, Dallas, Texas, Houston. I actually met a guy from Vegas that had a school in Vegas, and he said he'd been accredited since 07, 08. So he said he'd been living pretty good.
So how did
pretty
you
cool
feel?
Overall.
How did you feel when you left that conference?
I definitely was motivated. I knew it was going to be a lot of paperwork. They told us that when we was there. So, I mean, but one thing about life, you can't be scared of no hill, man. You got to be ready to run the hill or whatever, you know. I think paperwork scare a lot of people.
So what did you think when we started working together?
What was that?
When we started working together, how was that? Because there's a lot of people that's thinking about joining the program on the fence or don't believe, or, you know, how some people think it's a scam. So.
Oh, no. Hey, definitely sign up, man, because Chan, man, you make it so easy, man. It's just like, it's crazy. Like I said, man, you really just kind of walked me through it, man. And it's really been amazing and very, very helpful. You know, cause I ain't really computer savvy at all. And you know, I call you for anything. Hey man, how you do this, man? How I cut on the computer or whatever. But you just make it real, very interesting and very simple, man.
Tell us about your family.
Well, I'm married. Me and my wife, we've been together since high school. We got 3 kids. I got a daughter, she's 22, about to be 23. I have a son, he plays football for University of Virginia. And I have my youngest son, I just dropped him off at Tennessee State a couple of weeks ago. And
when you dropped him off, you came by the house.
Yeah, I came by your house then.
So how was that? How was that experience?
Hey man, I'm telling my wife every day, we're gonna be living like Chin here in a couple more months. You got a nice house, man. That was very motivational.
Okay. So as far as your daily routine, can you tell people like your daily routine?
My daily routine, okay. I probably get up by 7:15, 7 o'clock in the morning, go to my school at 8 o'clock. We have school basically from 8 o'clock to about 4:30. And after that, man, I usually come home and just hang around the house. Now, just me and my wife, everybody gone. So, you know, we ain't really doing too much right now. It's kind of slow motion.
How did you, I don't want to use, well, how did you fire all your customers? How did you get rid of them? Because you had a lot of clients.
Man, you know, I still get people coming up begging me to cut their hair every now and then, but a lot of them, I would say when I left the barbershop, maybe 75% of the people follow me. Some may have stayed at the barbershop, and some, you know how they go. Every time you leave or go, somebody, you know, you win some, you lose some. But I basically tried to push most of them off on like my first group of students, and the rest, I probably done graduated like 65 to 70 people now. But as time go on, a lot of my customers start, you know, they might pick and find, choose a barber that, you know, that came through the school and may have went on with them or whatever. And, you know, that's fine, man. You know, that's perfectly fine, because I don't really want to cut anyway. Not no more, you know. I will, but I'd rather, you know, just sit back a little bit, you know.
Now, what would you tell some of the viewers on here who are working in the shop? I mean, a lot of them are veterans. And of course, when you're working in the shop a long time, sometimes your body kind of starts breaking down and they want to do something different. They want to teach. Some of them have a God-given talent. Some of them want to change the community. Some of them want to start creating generational wealth. So what would you tell the people on here tonight? And there are people, we're going to put this on YouTube. I'm going to put it in the mastermind group. Some of these people are on the fence. They're scared. They have fear. What would you tell them?
What are you scared of? Failure? I mean, me personally, I done been down before, man. So I ain't, you know, failure is not, never be scared of nothing, really. Especially nothing that, if you know how to do it, don't never let nobody talk you out of anything. Like, pertaining, like, it might be somebody don't even cut her hair, nothing to do with no barbering, no cosmetology, or nothing. They trying to tell you about what you should do. stop listening. Basically, stop even telling people your ideas. Go for it. Chin, the only person you need to talk to if you want to do anything about a school, just call him. You don't need to talk to nobody else, cause they're gonna throw you curveballs, tell you why you shouldn't do it, and this and that. Well, first off, nobody wants to see you be successful anyway. You really got to think like that, because I mean, in their eyes, most barbers are already successful. You know, most barbers and hairstylists, they live pretty good, man. You know, they got nice cribs, decent cars, compared, you know, to the average person. Most people working hard out here, man. Them be the folks trying to talk you down not to do it. So I would say go for it.
Okay, you're telling them to go for it.
Go.
If they did fail, where would they end up back? In the shop?
Go back to the barbershop. Hey, it been times through these 5 years I was about to give up 1,000 times, man. I was like, man, I just go back to the barbershop. I'm cool with that. You know, ain't no problem. If that's what I had to do, I'd be at the back at the same barbershop or wherever I need to go to at 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock. You know, and I know I'll be able to survive off of that, especially my kids grown now. Man, me and my wife be living great. You know, but go ahead.
This institutional self-study with NACS, the accreditation body, how you feel about the institutional self-study when we're working on that? Tell them about that.
It's a lot, like I said, it's a lot of paperwork, man, and it's nothing where you can't stand. I mean, you know, it's just like going into your senior year, man, you know, school start off kind of slow, you get on into it, and then senior year be over with before you know it. It ain't nothing like that long. So never let nothing like, cause if you don't do it, look at it like this. If you don't do it, just say 2 years from now, you'll be like, damn, I should have did it 2 years. I could have did that 2 years ago. And don't let nobody else come behind you and do it and be successful. You'll definitely be sick then.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as the paperwork, like the copy, cut, and paste, how you feel about that?
Man, like I said, you make it very simple, man. You can't beat it.
So you're going through the accreditation. So you got the inspection that'll be coming up when?
Next month, October. Yeah, I think October the 2nd.
So you're getting a virtual visit.
Virtual, yep.
Like how we'll be on now. And then after that, you get your full team visit. And that may be virtual. And then once you have that visit, then it'll be time to take care of your wife, retire her, whatever. Tell us what you're gonna do when you get your accreditation. How much is your tuition, Tim?
Man, first thing, I gotta try to find me some property like what you got. I like that. I told you that was motivation right there, man. I want to give me something, you know, similar. It don't have to be that big, but you know, something similar. And you know, we already take a lot of trips, man. But you know, we probably
tell us about your trip, because you just came from Vegas.
Yeah, we went to Vegas. When was that, baby? Last week? My wife said about 2 weeks ago.
How was that?
It was pretty cool. I took my mom out there. She had never been to Vegas, so you know, Vegas kind of, it ain't like the regular Vegas right now, because you know this Corona got everything kind of shut down. But there's still some people out there. It ain't just packed out though.
Mm-hmm. So how does it feel to be on the home stretch with this accreditation and stuff?
Man, I'm trying not to scream, really. I mean, I'm just trying to hold it in, man. I really kind of I don't know if people from where I'm from can see this right now, but I kind of, been keeping it to myself or whatever. I was just going to break out with it, man. Because I know it ain't long at all. It's like, I can see the end of the rainbow.
How many potential students call your school each week saying, hey, do y'all have any grants?
At least maybe 3 to 5 people a day call about that.
3 to 5 people a day. So that's about 15 to 25 people a week.
Yeah.
And the government pays $10,000 for a Pell Grant per student. So each phone call that you're saying no to is like $10,000.
Yeah.
So once you get this accreditation, it's going to explode.
Yeah. That's going to be crazy.
So what are you
This is a long time coming, Say what?
What are you going to do then? Because it's going to be different.
Like I said, man, like I said, man, really I want to eventually give me a hotel or something one day, something like not that major, something like a little red roof or something.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give me something like that, man.
What would you tell some people on here not to do? They think that we got some people that are just opening the school. We got a lot of people on here that have not opened the school. They just been watching and looking and all that. So what would you tell them not to do? What are some don'ts as far as from your perspective?
Some don'ts about just about the whole school situation?
Yeah.
I would say I once put it, this might sound crazy, but like if you trying to open up a school, man, you really can't help folks, man. I helped a few people, man, and I really just got kind of burnt.
Mm-hmm.
Just helping people out, and and it kind of put me in a position where I needed help again, and I was like, wow. So you really got to just stick to your contracts and make everything business, man, and because people will try you all kind of ways, and you just gotta watch out for the snakes, and like I said, I really want, if I could do it all over again, a few folks I wouldn't even help that out. I would have left them, where they was at. But you just really got to be stern on your contracts and stuff like that.
And do you have time for Q&A? Because we got a lot of questions. I want to save that for the end if you have time.
Yeah, I got time.
Okay. When you say a lot of paperwork, I don't know if they realize how much paperwork it is, because a lot of them think they can just open this school and it's like a shop. So can you hit on that?
I would just say this, don't get discouraged on, it's just like going to just say you preparing for the state board, just the regular state board, man, and you go, just say you go fail it about 10 times.
Do you think they can do it by themselves without any help? With nobody walking them through it?
I wouldn't try it. I mean, you might can, but I mean, it might probably take you an extra 3 years. Unless you know what you're doing. I mean, it's a lot, man. Like, without you, man, I'm sure I'd be behind, another year.
And you got 3 to 5 students calling per day. So you probably losing about $1 million a year.
Man.
What's your tuition cost right now?
Right. Well, I've been having it at $5,000 for the longest, but I just went up to $9,300. But I haven't had anybody sign up since I went up. I went up like a month ago.
Now, once you get accredited and the government is paying you $10,000 per student, and then they can get another 15, 16,000 or more for loans. But if you just do the grants, that's $10,000 per student. So what are you going to take your tuition then once you get your accreditation?
I'm not sure. Would you recommend?